It's a pretty, I mean, it couldn't, in a way, get any better, this, could it, for the Conservatives? I mean, they've done probably far better than they ever dreamt they would do.
Exactly, Stuart. It's mission accomplished. Sweet victory for Boris Johnson, and possibly even beyond his expectations. With this majority, he and the Conservatives to secure a solid majority in the House of Commons. You just heard the British Prime Minister speaking of a historic victory. So he's won, of course, in his Uxbridge constituency, but furthermore, it's all about his troops, his Conservative troops winning in a traditional Labour bastion, sweeping victory for the Conservatives in the United Kingdom. And now the question, will he choose to truly be a one-nation Conservative? Will he be the man who will be able to reunite the country, heal divisions? You are well aware, of course, of the ongoing turmoil for years now in the country, divided, of course, over Brexit. Well, now he's got exactly what he wanted, this mandate to get Brexit done with this solid majority, it seems, in the House of Commons. Boris Johnson, all smiles tonight, of course. It's the same in the Conservative Party, Conservative supporters. You've been hearing all night on France 24. Some are calling for that one nation Conservative Prime Minister, for Boris Johnson to really reunite even within the Conservative Party, because there had been divisions also in his party, some feeling that Boris Johnson was going a bit too far with his discourse on Brexit. Now he can get Brexit done. Interesting fact also, it seems he'll be the most powerful Conservative Prime Minister since Margaret Thatcher. The best victory for the Conservatives since Margaret Thatcher. A very divisive figure, one would say, a bit like Boris Johnson, a man that you either love or hate. So what will Boris Johnson do in the coming months when it comes to reuniting the country? These incredible results for the Conservatives are also the sign that Labour have failed to win over more voters, mobilise possibly their electorate, some traditional Labour electorate that might have voted to leave in the Brexit referendum. Jeremy Corbyn addressed his troops. It's not time for change right now, but possibly soon. Take a listen.
I will also make it clear that I will not lead the party in any future general election campaign. I will discuss with our party to ensure there is a process now of reflection on this result and on the policies that the party will take going forward.
So you just heard Jeremy Corbyn, the Labour leader, but for how long? He just said that he will not be leading the party in the next general election. But when will he step down? That's the question everybody's asking now. Some Labour MPs are saying he needs to do it soon, February or March. This in order to remobilise Labour voters, remobilise troops against Boris Johnson. Of course, the Labour still want to fight Boris Johnson's ideas, who they feel are devastating for the country's future. But tonight, it's been sweet victory for Boris Johnson, and he clearly has that mandate to get Brexit done, as he's been saying throughout the campaign. That was his objective, and that's mission accomplished for him. So this crushing defeat for the Labour Party is also the sign that there will be a wind of change sweeping over the party. During the campaign, some Labour candidates were struggling to actually mobilise their troops. They were hearing from traditional Labour voters that Corbyn was out of touch with most of the Labour electorate. Bear in mind, Jeremy Corbyn did have quite a lot of young supporters behind him, but he still represented an old guard, if you will, for many with this so-called Corbynite socialism. But for his entourage, for his allies, for his closest allies, well, this is not a defeat of his ideas, policies, ending austerity, making huge investments in the British economy, nationalising parts of the industry. For his entourage, this is all about Brexit, an issue, an election all around Brexit, and for them, that's why Jeremy Corbyn lost.